Would you like to accelerate your success? Definitely, I know you would. And that is what I'm going to share with you in this video. 4 keys to accelerate your success in life. Now, the word success connotes different meaning to different people. Some people believe that success should be when you have the basic things of life. Some people believe that success should be once you have a lot of material things. Regardless of what your belief of success is, my goal, once this video has been completed, is that you will learn 4 keys, a universal principles that you can apply to whatever it is that you do right now to accelerate your success. Now, the first key, I call it the rudiment of this success principle. The rudiment, the first thing that you have to understand is what? I call it passion. Passion. I know you've heard this word before, passion. And if you've listened to a lot of successful people, they've identified passion as one of that rudimentary key that they had in order to accelerate their success in life. Passion. What do I mean by passion? That means when you have a strong emotion to whatever you plan on doing. A strong emotional attachment to whatever you want to do. For example, creating this video for you, there is a strong emotion within me that I gain my strength from for me to create this video for you. A strong emotional attachment to whatever you want to do. Whether you want to write a book, whether you want to create a business, whatever it is that you have identified as something that you want to create, there must be a strong emotional attachment towards that thing. And one of the cue for you to know that is anything that you do that you derive a lot of excitement from. That whenever you do that thing, there's an innate joy that comes from doing it. That is one way to identify your passion in life. Anything that you do, that you generate excitement, that you generate joy from doing it, that is a cue that maybe that is your passion in life. Because when you do that, anything that you do that you generate a lot of excitement from, I want you to pay attention to that thing. I want you to observe that thing as you do it on a regular basis, because maybe that is your passion. Now, the second thing you have to understand, once you've been able to identify what your passion is what I call persistence. Persistence. Now, persistence. Now, what do I mean by persistence? Persistence is to have an obstinate continuity. Obstinate continuance into doing what your passion is. For example, creating this video for you to help you to become a better person, to help you to achieve more goals in life is my passion. Now, the persistence is my ability to continue to provide this video on a weekly basis, regardless of what the outcome is, regardless of whether people like it, regardless of whether people watched the video. I don't really care. But I kept on producing the video on a weekly basis. I remember the first time I created this video, one of my videos, some time ago. We had about 50 views, or less than 50 views. Now, I did not let that to distract my continuance of creating this video. Now, I'm grateful that on a weekly basis we have thousands of views from creating these videos. But when I began, it wasn't like that. And I did not allow that to derail me from what my passion is. Are you with me? So once you identify what your passion is, that thing that you have a very strong emotional attachment into doing, you must develop the habit of persistence. That means you must continue to do it regardless of the result, regardless of whether people like it or not, regardless of what your spouse thinks, regardless of what society thinks, as long as you derive joy from doing it, as long as what you do does not inhibit other people from achieving their own success, you must continue to do that thing. Now, the third key to accelerate your success is patience. Patience. Now, patience is very, very, very important. Very, very important. Patience. Now, what do I mean by patience? That means your ability to accept delay. Now, I'm not sure if you saw my video last week about expectations. Now, I said something about expectations, that many successful people, of course, have a big expectations of what life should be for them. However, for the fact that you have a big expectations of what life should be for you, that does not mean that you will get the exact expectations that you have. It doesn't mean that you would get the exact expectations that you have, regardless of the passion that you had, regardless of the persistence that you have. That doesn't translate into you having what you have hoped that you will get. And that is why patience is very important. Your ability to understand that sometimes you may have done the work, sometimes you may have done everything that you needed to do, but you're not getting the result that you have hoped for. Then you have to be patient. I always tell people that I remember the first time I thought about doing what I'm doing now. It was in 2007. And since then, I have been doing this since 2007, even though sometimes I've had some detours in my own life. Can you imagine? That's like 11 or 10 years ago, and I'm still doing it. That is patience right there. Now, people see a lot of videos that said, you can become a millionaire in 60 days. You can achieve millions of dollars in less than a year. Of course, it's possible. But how many people are truly achieving $1 million in less than 60 days or in a year? That's a very minute percent, very small percent. Maybe those people that are lucky. So for the fact that you've developed your passion, you know exactly what your passion is, you've developed the habit of persistence, that doesn't translate to automatic success. You need to have patience. Now, the last key to accelerate your success is what I called luck. Luck. I was listening to an interview conducted with Bill Gates, and he said something that I kept on in my diary. He said that I am not the smartest guy, but I think I am the luckiest guy. What does that mean? That is, even though you've developed your passion, even though you have a solid persistence, that means obstinate continuance to doing your passion, and you have a patience in you, that doesn't mean that you would achieve your own success. It doesn't mean that you would achieve your success. It doesn't mean that expectations, all of those things that you have hoped for, would come to reality. It doesn't mean that you would achieve them. You need luck. You need luck. I'm sure Facebook came after, is it iSpace? I can't remember. Instagram came after all the type of apps that do the same thing Instagram do. So for the fact that Instagram achieved the tremendous success they have now, it doesn't mean that they are the best. It just meant that the luck was there for them. So I want you to think as someone who, despite having passion, despite having persistence, despite having the patience, you need luck to accelerate your success in life. Now, the tricky aspect The first three keys to accelerate your success, you have control over them. You have control. You have control. You have control over passion. You have control over persistence. You have control over patience. But when it comes to luck, you don't. You don't have control. You don't have control, but you can influence your luck. What do I mean? If you've developed your passion, if you've developed persistence, if you've developed patience, now you would attract luck to your life. But if you fail to develop passion, if you fail to develop persistence, if you fail to develop patience, you will decrease your chances of having luck in life. Because luck is chances of success. And for you to have luck, you must first have the passion, to have that strong emotional attachment to whatever you want to do, to develop that persistence, to develop that patience. All of those first three qualities would attract luck to your life. Now, I know this is a very short video. This is something that is very, very important to success. It's very, very vital if you are thinking of accelerating your success. It's very, very vital. So, as you begin to think about what you do now, as you begin to reinvent what success should look like for you, remember these four things. They are basic common sense. And I know some of you might say, yeah, I know what passion is. It's common sense. Yeah, I know what persistence is. It's common sense. Yeah, I know what patience is. But the question is, are you doing it? It's not about common sense. The question is it a common practice for you? Is it a common practice for you? Because those people that say, yeah, I'm very sure that they are not achieving the success they want out of life. I'm very certain. If you do yeah, I know all of these things, they're common sense, but you never practice them, therefore, you're not achieving the success you think you should have. You're not accelerating your success. So I hope that you would reevaluate yourself and begin to apply these concepts into whatever you may have decided to do. And I have no doubt that if you develop a strong passion, if you support it with strong persistence, if you support it with patience, definitely luck would come your way and you would achieve the success that you want out of life. I hope that you've learned something from this video, and I hope that you would apply them from today. Not tomorrow, from today, right now. Apply them right now. Begin to reevaluate yourself right now. Remember, as you go out every single day to live fully, to love across all differences, to learn all you could learn, and to leave a legacy. And of course, share this with a friend.